these like acts of terrorism to me. Then we have, death threats this guy is facing. What has he done that's so bad? What has he done that deserves that level of rage and hatred? Can you tell me?
Absolutely nothing, Sean. And that's the crazy part. This is why the approval rating of the Democrat Party is somewhere around 31%. It's why it's no longer cool to be a Democrat. Everybody's come over to the Republican Party because this stuff is just pure lunacy. And once upon a time, it used to be that there was a bipartisan goal of rooting out fraud, waste, and abuse, that everybody could agree on that until, of course, the person who was actually rooting out the fraud, waste, and abuse was Donald Trump, and alongside of him, Elon Musk. And now, if you notice, they're employing the exact same, attack him and take him down at all costs and any cost tactics that they used against Donald Trump. They're attacking his character. They've called him a Nazi. They're going after his businesses. They're vandalizing property. They're doing any and everything they can to this man. So people ought to be kissing the feet of Elon Musk and Donald Trump for being the two people to actually do this. But these folks on the left are going to continue down this path. And you know what? They're going to continue to lose the support of the American people. They ought to be ashamed of themselves, but I know not a single one of them is.
The people in the ivory towers want you to kiss the feet of Elon Musk because he's gracious enough to lie to your face while planning to steal your money. They're pushing back like this because they're beginning to see that more people are seeing through their bullshit.
How are you running your other businesses?
With great difficulty. Yeah, I mean...
But there's no turning back, you're saying?
I'm just here trying to make government more efficient.
I mean, Tesla has been overvalued, analysts believe, for years. It's sort of a meme stock. People are investing in sort of the genius of Elon Musk. That's obviously been shattered over the past couple months, especially in Europe.
No one's buying it anymore. I'm just a poor, sensitive multi-billionaire whose companies are exploding rockets over Caribbean islands while I try to integrate Starlink into every aspect of the federal government to control everything from air traffic to the Treasury.
Do you know how much money a day Mr. Musk will receive from the federal government for his contracts?
No.
The answer is $8 million a day. Just last year, Elon Musk was promised $3 billion from close to 100 contracts with the federal government. When Republicans talk about government efficiency in this Congress, they're not looking into billionaires who don't pay their taxes. They're not looking into billionaires who get rich off of government contracts. They're not looking into Elon Musk firing watchdogs who are supposed to keep him accountable. They're looking at cutting your public schools. They're going straight for your Social Security. They're coming straight for cancer research. They're coming straight for the Department of Education.
This attempt to paint himself as the genius that's so concerned about government spending while he fires people and eliminates agencies under the guise of saving us money is falling apart before it culminates into the enormous tax cut for the rich that this party is planning. And the delay tactic is, well, don't you feel sorry for me? Okay, now kiss my feet.
I mean, frankly, I can't believe I'm here doing this. It's kind of bizarre. But I kind of think that we've got this enormous federal budget deficit. Our interest payments are higher than our Defense Department budget. That's I think, was the real wake-up call for me, was looking at seeing that the interest payments on national debt exceeded the Defense Department budget. Yeah, I mean, really, I just don't want America to go bankrupt.
So it's a call to action. You're hearing a call to action.
Yeah.
You think you'll wind up getting to $1 trillion?
Yeah.
Of savings?
I mean, unless we're stopped, we will get to $1 trillion of savings.
He almost said, unless somebody stops me, but realized that would reveal too much truth about this having everything to do with how he plans to gain from it. Listen to that again.
You think you'll wind up getting to $1 trillion?
Yeah.
Of savings?
I mean, unless we're stopped.
And we know one guy that not only doesn't want to stop him, but wants to use what he believes is his authoritarian power to help him attack Americans. The president didn't think twice before posting this message that Musk literally thanked him for. To Republicans, conservatives, and all great Americans, Elon Musk is putting it on the line in order to help our nation, and he's doing a fantastic job. But the radical left lunatics, as they often do, are trying to illegally and collusively boycott Tesla, one of the world's great automakers, and Elon's baby, in order to attack and do harm to Elon and everything he stands for. They tried to do it to me at the 2024 presidential ballot box, but how did that work out? In any event, I'm going to buy a brand new Tesla tomorrow morning as a show of confidence and support for Elon Musk, a truly great American. Why should he be punished for putting his tremendous skills to work in order to help make America great again? Illegally boycott Tesla. Illegally. His call for fascism matches up perfectly with his administration's policy of deporting people like permanent resident Mahmoud Khalil for organizing a pro-Palestinian protest. But until they fully implement their dreams of a fascist dictatorship, Elon will have to stick with connecting his waste, fraud, and abuse lies to partisan lies about immigrants.
If the government sends money out to, whether it's wasteful or fraudulent, nobody complains if they receive money, but they do complain if they don't receive money. And the people that complain the loudest are the ones receiving the fraudulent money.
And you're on it.
Yeah. I mean, the waste and fraud in entitlement spending, which is which is most of the federal spending is entitlements. So that's like the big one to eliminate, because that's the sort of $500 billion, maybe $700 billion a year. That is also a mechanism by which the Democrats attract and retain illegal immigrants by essentially paying them to come here, and then turning them into voters.
Yes.
So this is why the Democrats are so upset about the situation, because they're losing. If we turn off this gigantic money magnet for illegal immigrants, then they will leave, and they'll lose voters.
At some point, MAGA voters are going to have to stop allowing these guys to put them on this merry-go-round of excuses, lies, and obvious false blame that keeps them satisfied with this empty sense of winning something. Because when the shit hits the fan with their money, Elon whines for sympathy while the president runs and hides from accountability.
It was awfully quiet at the White House today, a statement that we haven't really been able to say or utter at all over the last 7 weeks. But it rang true today as the markets were tanking over President Trump's massive tariff policy and his refusal to rule out the possibility of a recession, with Wall Street having its worst day of 2025. The president remained behind closed doors for all of it, declining to open any of the 3 events that he had listed on his public schedule to the press, who were waiting nearby with questions. The president has a history of paying close attention to the markets, touting them when they're up as a gauge of his political success, often ignoring them when they're full of red, even when amplified by his own words.
Are you expecting a recession this year?
I hate to predict things like that. There is a period of transition, because what we're doing is very big. We're bringing wealth back to America. That's a big thing. And there are always periods of, it takes a little time. It takes a little time.
Are you worried about a recession? Maria Bartiromo asked you, and you kind of hesitated.
I'll tell you what, of course she hesitated.
Who knows?